like maintain my schedule as I was having it before. So Sercacraft won't be like the main focus of like the second day of uploads kind of thing. I'll put some Pal World in there too, just so that way though like the series kind of lasts longer. I kind of didn't want to just automatically like do that without actually informing you guys about that. The reason why is because like I'm running out of Sercacraft videos, but not only that, I'm also running out of time to do them. Because I wanted to get rid of that trial chamber kind of thing, right? So here's how I got the tower design anyway. Soon you'll be gone from this world. And you'll have your own world. Which will be awesome. Anyway. I don't want to sound very ominous though, but that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to be disappearing from here. And all that. But we will need to change game modes though. Because I wanted to show you guys something. So as you can see, I can't enter this play area. So the idea is that like I have to use game mode in order to get through. Is this ideally what I want? No. But it is ideally what I kind of need to do. That's kind of cool. Anyway. So what I need to do is I need to go down. I still need to do those. But I'm not working on this version anymore. I'm going to go with the single player / data pack version so that I can edit it and everything will be fine. But the idea is still like will kind of stand though. Wait, is this one broken? Oh, it's not loaded yet. Yeah, because my version from single player doesn't have the light blocks here. So I'm wondering if this one's good and the other one's just bad, because this one I want to keep regardless. Anyway, where am I going? Right, to the study area, which I believe is above here. Am I wrong? Hang on. No, I was wrong. It's over here. Okay. Do you have the book I'm looking for? You might not. Ah, here we go. Okay. So, okay, Sercacraft main rules. Okay, so the main structure cannot be destroyed / looted when you build a structure. Call it your main. That way, no one can loot / grief it. But any farm that are not attached to the main can be destroyed, pretty much. What that means is that if I call Sanctuaria my main structure, that means that my compound, which is all the way over here, if my mouse wheel will actually decide to work, that means my compound, which is over here, it can actually be destroyed. That means that somebody can go around TNT, blow it up, and I would be very, very sad. Now, if we do the data pack dimension functionality kind of thing, how is this going to be, like, how is this going to work? Well, in your dimension, you're going to be able to build whatever you want. You can build whatever you want. You want to build Stark Tower. You want to build, like, Disney Castle. You want to build Hyrule Castle. You want to build whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Nobody is going to tell you that you cannot do it. The only thing that you must know is that anything can be that nothing can be moved from your dimension to the overworld unless it fits the same rule as this. So keep your main structure within 2 structure blocks length if you want it to move with your, like, if you want it to move with you. This mostly just means like if you want it to be moved from the dimension now to the overworld. So it has to be within these dimensions. So it has to be like 64 blocks wide or 64 blocks long or 64 blocks tall. That's it. These should be your final dimensions for your main, pretty much. As Sercacraft changes version numbers like 1.14 to 1.15, we change the world. So if you want to keep one structure to move to the next world, let the host know what the file name is. Do not worry, this is confidential. No one will know your base like you do unless you tell if you make any other structures and want to keep them. Let the host know so that I could give you the structure file for personal usage, not being kept for future versions. So, however, you can change your main moving structure at any time. Just let the host know about the change. So, what does this mean? So, this means though that it's better if I just leave this area, just so I can actually show it off. Now, let's say in this version, I wanted to use. I definitely need to make this place a little bit more cluttered. At least a little bit. It looks way too open. Let's say I want to use a Voracle. Alright, so Voracle is my main structure for this version. Now let's say during in the middle, I change the way the let's say I don't like Voracle halfway through the series, right? And I want to change it to, but I have it saved as an NPT file though. Like this is saved as a file, right? Then that means I can use Sercacraft over here. Then how Sercacraft will work is that, but let's say I want to have Voracle for personal usage because I spent, we'll say 4 hours building it. I don't know. I spent 4 hours building it, and I want it for my own personal usage because I might want it in my creative world. So I would just let the host know, hey, can I have the Voracle.nbt file so I can use it in my survival series or whatever, and then I'll go, yeah, sure, why not, and I'll just send you the file. That's all you have to do. So that's all that means, though. Like, that's the only... If my mouse wheel would actually work. So yeah, so that's all you need to do, and you just need to let me know, hey, I changed my main structure now, I no longer want to use Voracle, I want to use Sercacraft, and then I go, okay, so I know which one that I need to keep an eye on for. Now, this will actually change, by the way. So you don't need to let me know about the NPT file. The only thing is that, like, before the next Minecraft version happens, you have to let your creation load within your dimension. So if you're going to move, so in my example, we'll say I move Voracle, alright? So I'm going to go creative mode for this. I apologize. So, as you can see, I have a load here. So this will load Voracle as it'll load it right here, obviously. But it also has a save. I believe it should be like down here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I don't have it saved yet. Okay. Good to know. So, pretty much, this will allow it to save within the world so that you can use it wherever you want, kind of thing, right? I might put it lower, but that might be beside the point. The point is that, like, when you're done, let's say 1.22 was going to be released tomorrow. I'll post a Discord message or text anybody kind of thing, or Facebook message, you know, get a hold of them kind of thing. Let them know, hey, Sercacraft will be porting over to the 1.22. Please make sure that all of your creations that you, or any of the materials that you've collected into the overworld are now in your dimension, as we'll be porting over to the dimension in a few seconds, kind of like in a few hours, right? And so that way, though, like, you don't accidentally lose, like, let's say your stacks upon stacks of diamonds kind of thing, right? So that's pretty much what it is, right? Like, you don't want to lose, like, your stacks and stacks of diamonds just because, like, oh, failure of communication. It's like, no, I tried to reach you 100 times kind of thing, right? It's in your dimension. And this, not only that, will make it easier for me to kind of work around with getting, like, these big creations, moving from, like single player to that, because then it's like, and if you want to edit your dimension in single player, I have no problem with that. You want to use creative mode to build a skyscraper, be my guest. But if I find out that, let's say you went into creative mode, I'm going to store my stuff in here. Yeah, I'm going to store my stuff in here just so I don't accidentally delete them by accident. I don't really care about the book nearly as much. I have it saved somewhere else. But let's say this is single player, and I go heh heh heh. Like the host won't know that I spawned this in my world or in my creation. Actually, I don't even know where it is. Where is it? It's a building block? Really? Hang on. That's a building block, apparently. I would never build with it. Actually, I thought about building with it, but no. But let's say, I'm gonna do something that I shouldn't. I'm gonna go at stacks of netherite and then just leave it in my chest kind of thing. I won't check chests. But if you just, like, if you're a new person, let's say, and you just built, like, a starter house kind of thing, and then you just come up with netherite equipment when there's only, like, 3 or 4 people on the server kind of thing, I'm going to be very, very suspicious. Because, first of all, nobody's going to give free netherite for no reason. Right? So, there's that, right? So, like, if you really think, though, that, like, that's going to happen, I'm sorry. That's, like, I'm going to let that fly? No, I'm going to delete that stuff. If I, like, I'm going to delete your items. They're going to be the stick of justice, pretty much. Anyway. So break any rules and you will lose all privileges except for playing on said server. Yeah, this is not going to be, this is going to be null and void now because nobody's going to be opt anymore. Even me, I'm not going to be opt anymore. So which means that this won't be happening anymore, which is going to be very, very confusing. But then again, I have this, right? So I have the free cam. I got to remember that I have it. Which is kind of weird though, because when I'm recording, I forget that I have it. And then when I'm not recording, I remember that I have it. It's weird. What's the other pages? Help people if you want to, but if they ask for said items, you can choose to sell for items or trade. You can see the currency kind of thing, and then here's if you want to buy this stuff. This is no longer going to be available anymore. Unfortunate, but hey. And then here's the currency kind of thing. This is what I mean, though. Like, we wanted to use, like, gold in terms of, like, being able to establish currency, because gold is not very useful, so we wanted to do something with that, but, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Alright. But that's all you gotta really know about the series, though, is that it's kind of anarchy, but we have, like, the honor system in terms of, like, this stuff kind of thing. So, like, I know that for a fact, though, that, like, if somebody were to, let's say, try and attack this area, hang on, I want to see if this, nope, this did get the effect. Okay. Yeah. All right. This did get the unfortunate. Well, it's not going to matter anymore because if this does go to the dimension, it's like a mushroom island. So it's not going to really affect me much anyway. Hooray. And I do want to change the flooring, but that's something else entirely. And obviously I want my maps to be normal again, but yeah. I think that's pretty much everything that I just wanted to talk about, though. So the series has no rules. It's not established survival. Just because I try to keep in survival as much as I can. The only reason why I'm changing between like survival and other game modes is because of Sanctuaria. But when we do have the data pack, the series name will change. I can confirm that there are some SMPs that are dimensions, but I haven't really looked into them that much to find out in what way they are different dimensions. So, And another thing is that is the spot that we're going to be teleporting. Right there. I gotta figure out if it's possible for somebody to stand in between two stairs like this. But yeah. Through my testing of single player, I have not been able to do so, but yeah. You appear like on top of the stair, I think. So if it can work, I would love it. If it doesn't, like if there's no possible way for you to be able to do it, I'm not going to be too angry about that. Like if it can be done, I'm going to be like a very happy camper. If it can't, I'm not going to be like too angry about it. I'm going to be like, "Oh man, like this game sucks. It doesn't allow me to do what I want." I'm going to go 85. Friendly creatures. Just remembered I did that. Okay, so we need to head over here then. It's the only semblance of tough blocks that are not actually in the chest, but that should be. But I didn't want to collect all the stuff that I was able to find / we, because I had two friends kind of help me a little bit, and then they're like, I want to go through the trials, and I'm like, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to stop you.